Yo, welcome back to the Phantom Frequency Network, y'all. It's your boy Kenny right here, joined by my co-pilots, my wingmen, Top Gun No Maverick. I'm talking about my boys, Skippy and Miguelito. We're coming back at y'all. Once again, it has been a minute since we've all three been together to do some MCU content, man, and I am excited
way too
because
long.
Phase 5 is right around the corner, as those of you that know, and Phase 4 was a hell of a ride. Whether you loved it, whether you hate it, whether you fell somewhere in between, we're going to be discussing the entire Phase 4 in chronological order today with our Phase 4 tier ranking. We're not going to be doing 1 through 20, 30, 40, whatever the fuck. We're not doing what everyone else is doing. We're doing the tier ranking. We're going to be talking about all the movies, all the TV series, Disney Plus, all that shit. We're doing it all. And here is the rankings. And I mean, here are the tiers as follows. We got S tier, which is going to be called Stormbreaker. That's the cream of the crop, the best stuff that the Phase 4 had to offer. And then we're going to be getting into A tier, which is going to be called
Avengers! Assemble.
Do I have to give that much enthusiasm?
You better do it every time.
Okay.
Every time. Avengers! Assemble is going to be the A tier. That's the stuff that wasn't quite amazing, but it was damn good. It was great, but everything can't be in Stormbreaker territory. You got to go for the head, so everything can't be up there. And then you got
Boom. You looking for this? Boom. Are you looking? Why do I even talk to you guys? Everywhere else that story kills.
B tier, baby. B tier, baby. And if you get that reference, I love you. If you don't like that movie, what's wrong with you?
I know.
Yeah.
Boom. You're looking for this? That's right. B tier right there. Really good, but not quite great, but still deserves to be highly praised. And then we got C tier, which is going to be Cauldron of the Cosmos. That's right. If you get that one, you're a true blue MCU stan, I tell you.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Where's that one from?
Infinity War.
You seriously just say hitherto undreamt of?
Are you seriously leaning on the cauldron of the cosmos?
I'm going to allow that.
But yeah, man, comes from there. And then you got the D tier, which is, of course, Dark World.
Anyone else?
Y'all know it's not the best place to be. You're not the worst, but you're definitely not the best.
It's Miguel's
And then we
favorite.
got the final F tier, which is Fake Infinity Gauntlet.
Fake. Most of the stuff in here is fake.
Trash.
The best Thor movies.
You already know,
Dark
y'all.
World?
You already know.
Talking
right?
about Dark World? Oh, I thought you were talking about Dark World. I was like, whoa. My pause. Hold
Y'all
on.
better stop this. This is not Phase 3. This is Phase 4. I can't even mention. No, I'm just
Thor-
playing.
Thor's still in there,
No, I'm just
though.
fucking around. Yeah, I'm fucking around. But yeah, man. So those are the tiers, and we're gonna be going in chronological order, like I said, of release. So we're starting in 2021,
2021.
a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. We're talking
Give me
about.
an MCU reference. Give me a Star
I know. I always have to do it. I always got to do it. But yeah, so we're starting off with the very first thing that we got in Phase 4, which was WandaVision,
WandaVision. Okay.
the first Disney Plus series starring the great Wanda Maximoff, a.k.a. Elizabeth Olsen as the Scarlet Witch. And then we got Paul Bettany Vision. Great stuff. I personally love the series. I know you guys enjoyed it as well.
Vision Maximoff?
But I am going to let y'all kick it off. Where do you put WandaVision in your ranking? Whoever wants to go first, jump on in.
I
Where
give
you
it.
gonna put
Go
it?
ahead, try it.
Oh, no. You can go ahead.
I give it a straight boom. Are you looking for this?
Ooh.
Yeah. I give it that because, in my opinion, it had kind of like a weak start. You know, like a weak starter. You
I
know?
feel
Okay.
it. I feel
Okay.
it.
Yeah, like for sure. Like the first 2 episodes we watched, like I was about to say, dude, I don't want to come back next week. Like, I don't want to come back next week to watch it, bro.
Dude.
But as the show progressed, honestly, it picked up a ton, and
For sure.
like it opened
Yeah.
up a ton of stuff. I love that freaking gag where you thought Quicksilver, like the Peter Evans,
Oh, I
Quicksilver
know.
came by, and I was like, whoa,
They
whoa,
swerved us
you
so
know?
hard, dude.
Oh, honestly, that bugged me.
Yeah,
that got
like,
me. I
Ralph
was like,
Boner.
fuck, dude.
You got the whole
Ralph
like
Boner.
unanswered question where the white vision go? You know, where
Yeah, that's hanging up in the
that's
air.
pretty cool. Another one, cat. Oh wait. Oh my god. Well, I still have questions about that. You know how like the Cat Dennings character, I forgot her name, Darcy.
Yeah,
she
Darcy.
also gets taken into the hex or whatever it's called.
All right.
But like she shows up in this Thor movie like nilly willy. Like what's up? So
That is
I don't
true.
know. I don't know what's up with that. That kind of like is she hiding something or is this a different Darcy or whatever her name is? I don't know.
Oh, it could be a scroll.
That's a good
Who
point, dude.
knows?
I didn't think about that.
And then,
Yeah.
and then I like all those unanswered questions except for the Darcy one. That's still a little mystery for me. I'm like, whoa, you
Yeah.
just showed her right here in Thor: Love and Thunder. What's up?
Yeah, because they are going to be addressing Vision because they are doing Vision Quest. They're going to be doing a Vision-centered series, actually.
Oh damn!
Oh,
I
are
did
they
not know that.
really?
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna.
it's
show
in
up
early development. There's no confirmed release date. We don't know what phase, but they are working on it. It's
Okay.
like it's not as confirmed as Covenant Chaos right now, but it is definitely. Or no, what is it? Is it House of Harkness or Covenant Chaos?
Is
Co-
that,
it's
is that
covered,
the
Agatha thing.
I get the.
It's Covenant Chaos now, right?
I'm not too sure.
See,
but I'm not excited
Anyways,
for that series.
before we
Either-
distract
I'm
you,
like-
Right, yeah. So okay, aside from that, I like the whole Wanda becoming more like I would say evil because that's how she
Yes,
shows
full
up at
Scarlet
the end,
Witch
you know?
type stuff.
Yeah, like you see her being like a super caring mom woman to like now she just doesn't give a shit. She wants her kids, you know. I like that character development.
Beautiful
Right
storytelling for sure. I love it, man. Where are you gonna put it, Skip?
I had to say, it's gonna be boom. Are you looking for this? That's gonna be solid B for me. I do enjoy. It was a slow start, like you mentioned before, because I remember in the first episode, like the first week it came out. I got some Chinese food. I'm
hyped, bro.
I'm all hyped. I got
It
out
had
of
been a
work.
minute.
Yeah,
It had been a little over a year since we had the MCU, and the first time in like 10 years, we're like, give it to me.
yeah, and then like
Fuck you,
Oh,
COVID.
shit, for real,
You
yeah.
know?
it was, dude. And then I was like, oh man, this is gonna be badass. But it was slow, and I was like, fuck. I'm like, I gotta wait a whole week just to see like another episode.
Because they dropped the first week,
Yeah.
which I'm actually happy about in retrospect. Because if they just did one, I think a lot of
That's
people would have
right,
jumped
that's
off.
right.
A lot of
Yeah,
people would have
there
jumped
we
off
go.
and would have missed out on something for sure. Because it got a lot better as it went along.
Yeah, I think the thing for me is like I do like the character development with Scarlet Witch and how she's been dealing with everything ever since Endgame because she really has
One of the
lost
best
a
character
lot of
arcs
people.
outside of Tony Stark and Steve, in my opinion. I would say her arc is the best outside those two.
Yeah, and I think the thing that did bug me about it though was like all the civilians who were like mind like controlled by Wanda and like they kind of just like dusted it off like, oh, okay, we're fine. I mean, like, to be fair, if I got mind,
White privilege.
yeah, I was like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, I just got mind controlled. And from what it seems like, when they broke free, there was like one character that I think was it Monica that broke one of the characters out of Wanda's mind control or something like that.
It was, yeah.
I think it was her. There was one character that broke him out, and that guy.
No, it was Vision.
It was Vision. There we
Yeah,
go.
Vision broke him out of the hex because he has the Mind Stone. Their powers are very similar since her power set was always in her, but was very boosted by that. So their power sets kind of tied together in a certain way.
There we
Because we
go.
found
Yeah,
out she was
yeah.
a mutant in this thing too. One of my other favorite moments of Phase 4.
Yeah, and the thing is like when that guy got out of like that whole mind control, he's saying it was like horrifying.
Help me!
He's like, help me!
hurts!"
I need to get the fuck out. My body hurts. All this shit. And then like when they broke free from the spell, I mean,
No, they were
personally, I
trying to
would be
get her
kinda,
ass though.
Yeah.
But it was just she got off scot free.
That
That
was
was
the
one
thing.
of my only issues with
That
the
was,
series too.
I was like, dude, that's like an Avenger level threat. I mean, what the fuck is this?
The way
Yeah.
I interpreted the way they were gonna do the ending, like I think the episode before, like before we got the finale, I thought that they were all gonna get pissed like they did, and then she was gonna have to go on the run and deal with Agatha, fight her, get rid of her, because superhero stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she was gonna be on the run in Multiverse of Madness,
Yeah.
and I thought she would have to get co-opted by Doctor Strange to help him out, but then she was going to descend even further in the darkness the way that she did. But I thought they were going to flesh it out just a bit more, which we'll get into in our Multiverse of Madness conversation.
Yeah.
Like they did in WandaVision, and then she was just going to go full villain, and then it would be a little more explained than it was in the movie. So I do think they kind of had a missed opportunity to go a little Avengers disassembled with it a little more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where they get in this storyline that tied into House of M and all that other stuff. But overall, I thought it was really, really good. And if I have to put it in a tier for me, man, and I'm just going to double check to make sure I got it. I remember where I put it. Yeah. For me, it's going to be an Avengers
You got an A?
Assemble. I'm gonna put it in
You got
A
an
tier.
Yeah,
On
okay.
my second watch is where that really bumped up for me. That's why certain shows and movies I wanted to rewatch, because the first two episodes didn't bother me being slow because I already saw that. I knew what to kind of go into expecting. And I also got to pick up on some references that were kind of laid out there in the first episode. And even though it was kind of jarring because it was such an old school, old timey kind of feel to it, with it trying to be like a I Love Lucy or Dick Van Dyke Show or something.
Yeah.
But I like the way the episode 2 had that Twilight Zone feel, and you really left off on that cliffhanger, like, oh shit, there's the dude from with the little bee keeper thing that's actually from shield that's coming
that's
up in there
right.
from Sword.
That's right.
And
I'm
that
like,
was a
oh.
cool tie-in, and I like the way that you can hear stuff on the radio, and you heard Darcy and them talking to her, which tied back around in episode 5 or 6. So I love the way that they actually had all this stuff tied in together perfectly, but we just didn't see what they were doing yet.
Yeah.
And I think the showrunner, Matt Shackman, did a fantastic job at crafting the series. And from there, episodes 3 through 5, to me, were just top notch all the way through. I love the moment where Wanda comes out of the hex and's like, yo, motherfuckers, don't send in any drones or I'm going to come back and fuck you up.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with me. She had the full-on Sokovian accent and everything. I was like, this is fucking awesome right here.
Yeah, she got her accent back again. We didn't really hear it like
It
ever
is
since.
inconsistent a little bit. I don't know why they do that, but she's so good at doing both accents, it just doesn't bother me. But I
Yeah,
don't know
I
why they
agree with
can't
that,
just
too.
choose one or the other.
Yeah, like if they had to pick one, because that's the thing.
I
I'm
wish
like,
they would just make her Sokovian with the accent. I like it better. Makes
Yeah.
her sound cool, you know.
yeah, at least a little bit better.
Reminds me of the Wakandans. It makes them sound more unique, you know, in the world, and kind of fleshes out
Yeah,
all
I
these
agree.
different cultures, you know.
Yeah.
And not in like a PC, like I'm making a statement, but just, you know, just to make it different. But anyway, but I just really love the series, dude. And the whole love story and character development with her and Vision and just her as a character, I thought was just phenomenal. So well done. I know you guys don't like Agatha as much as I do, but I enjoyed Catherine Hahn in it. I'm a big fan of hers. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
enjoyed the character, especially when she actually turned into her full evil self. I loved her backstory, how she killed her own people and shit like that. And she went full on evil witch, and it was like Salem witch trials. Like, we're going to burn your ass.
Yes, that was cool. I agree.
I loved that
But
scene.
I don't think she's cool enough to get her own show, man.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, that was like my biggest thing. When I found out she got her own show, I was like, bro,
it's
dude,
like,
that's
give
a hard pass.
Give someone else another show that actually.
I'm not going to disagree
is,
with you
like,
there. I wouldn't say that she doesn't deserve a show, but I could pick other people
Wait.
that deserve one first,
Did
or
I-
did they deserve it more?
Did I say she doesn't deserve it?
No.
Oh, okay,
I'm
cool.
saying that's just been something that's been
I
going
thought
on.
I said that right now. Oh, let me.
No,
let me
not
take
you.
that back.
But a lot of fans are saying she doesn't deserve a show, or a lot of fans like yourselves are saying I just would prefer not to have a show with her in it. I
Yeah.
don't really need it. You know,
Yeah,
I'll check
exactly.
it out when it comes out, I guess, but I don't need it. I'm in the same boat. I'm just more curious because of that opening scene with her and her backstory. If they go into kind of more of that vibe as opposed to the more comedic vibe she was doing in the sitcom stuff, I think there could be something really, really cool and different to the MCU, because we only really see magic through the Doctor Strange movies. I think it'd be
Yeah.
cool to have a lot of the hexes and the runes and a little bit more of like a darker kind of vibe. Aubrey Plaza's going to be in it, and she's dope.
I love her. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a lot of potential. I'm not over the moon about
I
it.
didn't know that
You know
shit.
what
I
I'm
was
saying?
like,
But
oh.
I think there's potential in it, and I liked her introduction in the series. I think the Agatha All Along song, while it is corny, it's catchy as fuck, dude. It's really catchy.
I forgot how the song
And I
goes.
like the way they did it because it was just like a fun thing that fit into the vibe of the sitcom thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It reminded me of like Scooby Doo, where they do like the little singing and dancing stuff when they're running away from the ghosts and all that. It kind of reminded me of something like that, you know? A little bit of
Right.
a throwback kind of vibe. And I watched all that stuff growing up. My parents were born in the 50s. They're part of the baby boom generation. I have boomers for parents. I know. Gen Z, I know. But so I kind of appreciated some of that old school stuff. But for me, I just love WandaVision, man. So I had to throw it into A tier, into Avengers Assemble. But now we got to keep it moving. We got to keep it pushing. And I'm talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm going to kick this one off.
Oh, okay.
I'm throwing that one into. Let me see here. I'm going to make sure. I'm looking at my list. Boom! Are you looking for this?
Solid
I'm throwing it into B tier. Could have been excellent. Wasn't quite there. I loved everything with Sam Wilson. I loved everything with my boy Bucky Barnes. I loved a lot of the stuff with John Walker, but I thought they rushed his redemption. I also thought that the Isaiah Bradley storyline, while it was cool, I thought they could have doubled down on that a little bit more. And I didn't like the Flag Smashers overall as villains. They just didn't come together for me by the end of the show.
Say that character. Which is that one? Who's that?
Isaiah Bradley was the original Black Captain America that
Oh,
they
okay.
never knew about.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
loved that, but I wanted that to get more development and more time to flesh it out in the way they're doing that kind of with Last of Us with certain things from the game.
Yes.
I wish they would have did that with Isaiah Bradley in the comics for the series. I like they introduced him. I like that they at least put him in there and had that poignant episode, and the whole thing with him getting pulled over and then being like, hey, is this guy bothering you? You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, what the fuck, dude? This is the Falcon. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Racist ass
That's-
motherfuckers. I love the way they addressed racial conflicts in the country. I love the way they addressed classism and the way that they addressed trauma and the way that they addressed what being a hero truly means. But I think in the process of all that, the whole storyline with the Flag Smashers and everything just fell apart and wasn't interesting, and they weren't really compelling villains that really seemed to pose much of a threat. outside of what they kind of presented in there. So for me, it just didn't come together as a show overall. But I loved the beginning, and I loved everything with a lot of the characters. I like the Torres guy being the new Falcon. I can't wait to see him in New World Order. That's gonna be cool.
That's gonna be
and I
pretty
really
dope.
like that actor. I thought he did a great job. I would love to see Wyatt Russell come back, and I can't wait to see him in Thunderbolts. That's going to be cool.
Oh, that's right.
And I hope they don't rush his redemption too
I like
much and
that.
let him play in that gray area, because I thought he was much more interesting when he was doing that.
Yeah,
And the whole thing when he
that's-
beheaded the guy, the Flag Smasher, and everybody saw it. I thought that was one of the most ballsiest, like, cool moments in the MCU for sure.
Yes.
And really, like, the blood all over the shield and everything. Like, I love the way they didn't shy away from some of the realness in the show, but it just didn't come together for me on a plot level. And Baron Zemo should not have been so friendly with these guys. I thought that was a little bit of a stretch. It was fun getting to see him do the moves, you know what I'm saying? Get to see him up in the club and all that, but I thought that he seemed a little forced in there. But I mean, where does it land for you guys, man?
I was same tier. I think a lot of things. Well, not boom. It's gonna be C tier.
Oh,
C
C
tier.
tier. I think
Culture
you
of
said
the
I was-
cosmos.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, that's the cosmos right there.
WandaVision?
I give it boom. Are you looking for this? I get that a
okay.
B.
All right.
This one is gonna be C. Mine,
Oh.
it's gonna be a huge thing. Flag Smashers was the one thing I do enjoy, like that whole relationship building, and then how the new mantle is gonna be handed down to Anthony Mackie, pretty much.
Yes.
And having him to kind of like take over, kind of him dealing with that whole, because he doesn't really have like the super serum or anything like that.
Yeah.
So he's kind of on that handicap as well.
Which plays into the comics perfectly, yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I thought that was always great, having him kind of relate with Sam and Bucky, kind of like, you know, pairing off and everything like that. Kind of had that
Buddy cop element was
body.
fun.
Yeah,
I
that
love
was
that.
I enjoyed that a lot. I think if they had the plot to, like the Flag Smashers be more of a terrifying factor for the show, then it could have easily been a B. Honestly, that's what I was thinking about, because I was thinking about put it low B or a high C. But right now, the more I think about it as the plot itself, it's gonna be like a high C for me, because
feel you, man.
if
I feel you.
they just had that like whole, the Flag Smashers kind of made it more, a little bit more fleshed out, a little bit more of like I guess more address of a threat, because like I didn't really see him too much as a threat, except like I know they have like super, like the super serum and stuff like that, but that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
But other than that, they're like, it was just a bunch of like pretty much like in a sense like terrorists running around doing their thing, and it's up to Sam and Bucky to really do
Yeah.
their own thing. And that's why I was like, ugh. I like the training scenes though that with Sam goes through
Oh, that
with
was
the shield
dope.
and stuff like that. Like
Rocky
he,
vibes right there.
especially like him kind of like him trying to handle the shield on its own,
Yep.
because like he's doing it human strength at peak as possible that it could be,
Yeah.
but not that super serum like in compared to
I
like
feel like they nerfed my boy Bucky in this show.
Bucky. No, honestly, Bucky got nerfed. That's another thing. That's why it was kind of like it's no for me
That's the first
too.
time I've heard that criticism, actually.
Because like Bucky did get nerfed. Because like think about it back in Winter Soldier, bro. Dude, Winter Soldier.
Man, he was on your ass,
That's one of my
T1000
top
style.
5 MCU.
Yeah.
That's my top one. That's
Oh,
like one of the
shit.
top 3, top 4.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And like D nerfed him, because like the thing is like Bucky, when he was the Winter Soldier, and like we kind of do see it a little bit in the show, but I feel like he could have just easily
Taking out Flag Smashers like nothing, huh?
Yeah.
like that, and then like be able to have like when he was fighting what's his face, the new Captain America, I always forget his name.
John Walker?
John Walker. When he was fighting John Walker,
US
it
agent.
He should
should
have just taken him down like
it
nothing.
should have been done.
I agree with
I
that.
I
too.
honestly feel like it should have not been going on that long.
Like a
'cause
2v1 situation.
Exactly.
It's a
yeah.
It should have been like Sam versus him, and then once Bucky got in there, he just leveled the playing
Yeah.
field.
yeah, and then like Bucky's saying like you kind of like
See,
step
but
it up.
that's one thing. I love fan service. Y'all know me. I'm a fucking nerd around here.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one time when they tried to force some Civil War fan service in there where it didn't make sense.
Yeah,
They're trying to recreate that Tony, Bucky, Steve moment where it's like,
Oh, yeah, it wasn't gonna
oh,
work.
with
That
that,
was
yeah,
different.
there's no way because
because
like
Iron Man was trying to keep up, but he kind of couldn't at the end of the day. They did overpower him at a certain point.
Yeah.
But with that technology, it leveled the playing field a little bit.
Oh, a lot more.
John Walker didn't have that. All he had was the shield. So once the shield was out of the way, all he had to do was punch him in the gut or something.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
should have been it. Like,
that was it, and that's the thing too. That's why I feel like it was nerds, because dude, like Winter Soldier, dude, when you were
he
like
was fucking up people.
like when
literally.
Natasha, when she was like running away from him on the street and she was screaming, "Get the fuck out of the way!" This guy was just
Yeah,
shooting
sniped
at
her
her.
down, yeah.
Yeah,
He was, like, had
sniping
legs
her.
wrapped around him, just punching the shit out of him. He was like, "Get the
Yeah,
out of here.
and-
Like Big Show and shit.
And he's more like just brutal. When he was fighting the captain, when he was fighting Cap
Steve,
in the
yeah, he
streets,
fucked him
Steve,
up.
when he was fighting him in the streets, like straight up night to night combat,
dude,
going crazy.
That's one of my favorite scenes in the whole MCU, dude.
Dude,
Like,
I
watched
love
it in
that.
theaters. Like, I watched the movies like fucking 4 times in theaters because
Yeah,
it
because
was,
we had seen it in the drive-in.
It
We
was-
saw it another couple times.
I was like in the edge of my seat, like, oh, this shit is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I
like,
love this.
I got pumped. I was like, dude, Steve he needs to get going, bro.
Even
Like,
the chase scene in the apartment was fucking dope.
yeah,
yeah.
that's too.
I felt like Terminator 2 or something.
Dude, and
know?
that was the thing. Like, I wish we were able to get some of that old Bucky back.
Yeah.
But
I'm with you,
he's turning
man.
that leaf though.
We do
but-
understand. Yeah,
yeah.
he was like this ruthless killer back
Yeah,
in the day.
yeah.
Now he's like a more understandable guy. Like, oh, I can't just go around killing everybody, so I gotta hold back. My
Hold back,
punches.
yeah. So there was a storyline reason, but I feel you in the combat. That's a really fair criticism. They did nerf him in the combat where it didn't make sense sometimes,
Yeah.
where he wasn't going after somebody that was not dangerous. He was going after somebody that literally murdered someone and executed someone in public.
Yeah, and
That was dangerous
That
with
is
super
super
soldier
dangerous.
serum.
Yeah.
And even though he had the
Huge
serum,
danger.
I just thought that he should have had more experience and been able to take him down a little more. So that's a fair point, man.
Dude, that guy fucking fought Thanos in his army and shit like that, dude.
I
Like
agree,
legit,
yeah.
like a regular super
That
serum
is
guy.
true, yeah.
I mean, fuck that guy. He'll probably
Yeah.
get fucked up by
It's a true
Bucky
point.
with that
True point.
experience.
But
That-
where you gonna throw it, man? Where you
I
gonna
also
put it?
gave it a boom.
Yeah.
Oh, you're into the B?
Yeah,
You're
like
into the
a
B?
higher
Looking for this?
B, like
Okay.
a B plus, not the same level as WandaVision. I want to go as far as saying an A, like a Avengers
Yeah, same
Assemble,
here.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But like I like the transition from what we were used to WandaVision using a lot of magic and like make believe. I'm pretty everything's make
I
believe.
get what
It's
you're saying,
fucking
though,
comics,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
To like going to like Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it tackled like real life issues of like
Yeah,
More grounded.
racism, terrorism, fucking being poor, you know, because they have bills to pay that they
Classes.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
you know,
true,
like,
Falcon
true.
can't even get a
like,
loan
it's-
out here.
It's actually, yeah, right. Like, you save the world,
Spider-Man
and they're
2.
Like, nah, dude,
Rent?
you're still in debt.
Rent?
Yeah, exactly. You know, like it tackled like actual life problems that like you could relate to as a viewer or people who like all of us have been watching them for years and they're like, oh shit, even these superheroes is having this kind of problem.
Gotta
like,
be paying the
yeah,
bills.
You know?
Okay, I
I
see.
really like that. Aside from all that, the action is freaking killer. It starts off like really strong. Them in the
Oh, in the-
Afghanistan or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
they're, like,
okay.
fucking just swooping all over the place, kicking freaking helicopters down. It's
Yeah.
all cool, you know.
That
I
would
like the
that's dope.
action,
That's
yeah.
dope.
I understand the flag smasher stuff. Yeah.
That for me, that's what's keeping me from a B right there. Because
Yeah.
like I feel like everything was pretty cool. I enjoyed a good chunk of it, but just like the whole villains of like the whole like there's like the Flag Smashers terrorist group of like the before the like after the blip, and then they want everything to be how it was before. I was like, I get it, but they could have got. There's ways that they could have gone about it to kind of make it more of
Yeah.
a huger
One
threat
last
than what
thing
it
too
is.
that holds it back from Avengers Assemble for me is the Power Broker reveal.
The power.
Oh
broker?
yeah.
I like the idea, but they didn't flesh it out enough for why Sharon got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of
I
get it,
agree
but
with
you
that
didn't
too.
I
show
get it.
enough to get me there.
Yeah.
Conceptually, it makes sense, but they didn't show enough of her transition from like upstanding citizen trying to help Steve to like fuck y'all, I'm out.
That's all true. That
Oh yeah. You know what? I totally, dude. It's been.
I like her being
Yeah.
the Power Broker because it's a cool switch, but it was like, oh, you should have fleshed it out. Give me a flashback, or
Like why
keep
she
her in the
chose
plot
this
more.
path.
Yeah,
as a power
like
breaker?
show her really go through some shit and be like, damn, I can kind of see why you said this is the way out. 5 years that everyone just didn't give a shit. I can kind of see it,
Yeah.
but you just kind of told it. You're not showing it, you know. So
Yeah.
then they're not showing. They're showing, not telling, which is the number one thing in movies and storytelling. You show, you don't tell. So they didn't really do that, especially in filmmaking. That's what you got to do. So that was the one thing kind of holding it back for me, man. But just to keep it breezing along here, because I know you got to get going pretty soon. We're gonna keep this thing going. We're gonna keep this thing going. So now it's time to get into our first movie of Phase 4, Black Widow. The culmination.
Oh,
of,
I know where it's at.
the culmination of Natasha Romanoff's story, which might have been a phase too late, but hey, it's out when it was out. It was the introduction of the great Yelena Belova, so it's a blessing in and of itself. That is for sure.
I like Florence Pugh a lot.
Dude, Florence Pugh is one of the dopest performers in movies, period, in a long
Yeah.
time. She is God's gift to this green earth, I tell you, and she is God's gift to the MCU,
I agree.
whether it's this or her freaking appearance in Hawkeye. I love me some Yelena Belova. But, let's see, who we started off with. Me, we started off with you. Who we started with? All right.
I want to say C. I'm gonna straight up give it a Black Widow
Cauldron
a
of the
C.
Cosmos for Black
Cosmo.
Widow, huh?
Yeah, that one. It was just. It's like you said. It was a phase too late for sure. Because the thing is, it's like this would have made more sense during like phase 3, like
I think right after Civil War. it
right
was a
after
perfect spot.
Yeah,
Perfect.
sweet in between, and it would have been more like heartfelt during
the
the
only thing about that though,
Hmm.
I don't think Florence Pugh was as famous. Would she have gotten cast in 2016?
Oh yeah.
Probably not.
You know what I mean? That's
Probably
the only
not.
element for me that's like, oh shit. But continue. But
But,
otherwise,
yeah.
I completely agree. That's the only thing I wanted to bring
They
up.
only cast you. Yeah, but the thing is, it was just like it was something that should have been like is like a phase 2 late. Is something
At
that
least the end of phase 3. I'd
yeah,
say.
yeah.
Or, I
and-
mean, the end of or not the end of phase 3, but at least after Doctor Strange, before Infinity War, at least.
At least, because it would have make Natasha's death a lot more impactful towards Endgame, because that's like a
Yes,
huge thing too.
exactly.
That would have been much more beautiful. I would have been like, "Fuck, dude."
It's like how we were talking about in Last of Us, how they told a story in the from the past where like it should have not even been there, you know?
yeah,
Like,
there you go.
Yeah, okay, and that Last of Us episode. 'Cause I'm not saying like the Last of Us. The Last
Yeah.
of Us is doing a great job. They're doing like the whole the Book of Django stuff.
Yeah.
Like they give you a whole story in the past, and you're like, well, I don't really like need this information right now anymore.
Yeah, but it's kind of like at that point because it's just that's how I felt too with how you comes with like it's not really needed. I think they only really did it. I think at this point because they've always wanted to have a Black Widow movie coming up, being brought up throughout the.
She's been trying to do it for a while, and they've been
Yeah.
campaigning for a minute. The fans been wanting it, but
It's just and they did and I feel like they fucked it up for her too because like it would have been awesome to have that like during phase 3 it would have been like we mentioned before very story driven with a little bit more backward story for Black Widow and everything because we only seen her as like that cool background character and stuff like that kicking ass taking names but that kind of movie should have been like not in phase 4 and I think that's what kind of bothered me and
makes
also,
it awkward a little
yeah
bit.
it's like a little bit awkward because we already know what's going to happen to her already
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
the villain honestly the villain was kind of
That
like,
was
I
the
also
only thing.
whack.
That's the
Like,
real problem.
Both villains, both like
Both-
Taskmaster and like, her
That-
father. I forgot.
that-
That's the
Taskma-
real
yeah, that's
problem
another
for
one.
me. Because I can get past it being in the wrong phase because it's actually a pretty well good story when you're starting out the movie. I'm like, oh, I like how we're expanding the Red Room. I like how we're seeing her and Yelena as kids and how it all happened.
Yeah.
And how they all got split up and everything like that. I love David Harbour in it especially. And I really liked Rachel Weisz's character as well. And I liked the way that they introduced that and expanded the world of the Black Widow organization. But once they got into the Taskmaster reveal, once they got into like the whole overarching villain and why and the whole thing of what he's doing and all that, it got super cliche, uninteresting. They didn't ruin Taskmaster, but they really missed the mark because if that character that they did, that was his daughter, that was I can't remember the name of the
Tanya?
young lady.
Antonia?
Yeah, thank you.
Antonia, something like that.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
I
for
wish
just
she
with
had a
Tony or-
personality. I wish she talked.
I wish that
You know?
like the daughter would have died, and then this I forgot his name too. The guy who the father of Taskmaster.
Yeah, I forget his name,
He
too.
would have looked out in the world and found an assassin, Taskmaster. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna pay you this
Even
much
pull
money.
another Black Widow
And
out, you know?
Or shit, even that too. You know, I just didn't like the idea that the daughter was Taskmaster, and then she's using this like robotic video to
copy it.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like Taskmaster already has that like copying thing, but not to that extent like the video thing. Like
Yeah,
It's not a digital
I thought-
thing.
I
It's
thought
a-
it's
it's
like
a
it's
power.
it's like
Yeah.
instantaneous,
It's
pretty
it's
much.
a mental power.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like that was like one thing that kind of bothered me like a little bit. I was like, "Fuck!" I'm like, because that was like the one thing coming in like when like the identity reveal when we seen it in the theaters. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Dracoff only deploys them for top priority missions.
Doesn't make
so.
any sense.
And then when we got more towards the end, we got more the reason of
The whole
who-
revenge plot. And
Yeah, and I was just like, dude, I'm like, we don't.
I like the part of
No.
her bombing her on accident because that kind of ties into Black Widow's kind of grief and kind of
Yeah,
her
I
character
agree.
arc a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wish that, like, to me, I didn't mind it being the daughter. I just wish she had a personality. I wish
At
she actually
least
had
something.
dialogue. Like, you bitch, look what you fucking did to me. Look what
Yeah.
look at me. Like, it's your fault. So I'm coming. I studied you.
Mm-hmm.
All this time for all 3 phases and beyond and before, I studied every move you made and learned everything you can do. I studied Captain America. I studied everybody so I can come and finally fuck you up. And that to me would have been like a cool storyline. Like, oh shit, that's a revenge plot I can get behind.
Yeah.
But it was just like she's a brainless
Yeah.
zombie,
I don't even
and
think
he
she
does
said a
all the
word.
talking, and he is so fucking cliche and lame.
Yeah.
And his accent wasn't even good in the movie. Like his accent kept coming in and out. I'm like, this is not good right here, man. Like this is so cliche, classic Phase 1 Marvel villain problem right here.
Yeah.
And this is where Phase 4 is having problems in my mind. I'm like, okay, see, this is one of the times I kind of get the criticism here because I really enjoyed Phase 4, but this is where I understand the criticisms a lot more. So I'm barely, honestly, after thinking about it, I'm gonna have to put it in the C territory as well,
Okay.
man. Cauldron of the Cosmos for
Cauldron
me.
of the Cosmos. Okay.
It almost was a B territory, but when I think about it a little bit more, Yelena Belova and the characters just can't save the movie enough for me in that sense, where I can
Yeah.
put it into the B. So it's got to be in the Cauldron of the Cosmos. How about you, man?
I said C.
C?
Cauldron
Yeah,
of the
solid.
I got a
Cosmos.
backlash saying that because it's a woman-led movie.
No.
Thank you. And I was like, no, what
It's
the hell?
like it's not nowhere close to that.
Yeah.
It's
Did
mainly
anyone not remember fucking Charlie's Angels in the 70s? Hello.
Yeah, there is. I mean, like the thing.
Do some research, people.
I feel like that's like another thing I get irritated too is like people would just say like if you dislike something like the Black Widow or something like that, or for me it's gonna be She-Hulk.
You hate
Yeah,
women.
you hate women. It's like no, there's like
Or
the
you
plot
just,
is
or
not
you're
there.
like PC if you like it. You're like, well, what if I just liked it? I don't care about politics. What if I just like the show?
Yeah,
Or whatever.
and it's just something like no, it's just like how it is as an overall movie. It just wasn't there.
Yeah.
it was one of the
I
weak.
agree.
It was kind of like a shaky start as a movie debut for
sure,
for
yeah.
the Phase 4.
Still entertaining, but just a
Yeah.
little shaky.
Yeah,
Especially after Phase 3 and what we just had in the last year. It was like, damn, you had a damn good Spider-Man sequel. You had fucking goddamn Endgame, and you had Ant-Man and the Wasp, which to me is super fucking fun.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
Hilarious.
A huge
Truth
drop
Serum
from those
alone
three-
drops
those three
me out of my
movies.
chair every time with
Yeah,
laughter.
I agree.
God damn. So I'm with y'all, man. C tier for Black Widow, unfortunately, y'all. And let us know what you're gonna throw these into your. I want to get your tier ranking down below, y'all. Keep up with us, and I want to see what your ranking looks like as well. But we're gonna be moving on here into my favorite MCU show. So y'all might already know where I'm gonna throw it. I'm talking about Loki, baby.
Loki.
Season 1.
Oh shit, that's right.
This show was burdened with glorious purpose. And it's gonna go into Stormbreaker, baby. I'm going for the head on this one.
Oh, you're going for
Loki,
S.
S tier.
Oh shit.
Best thing in Phase 4.
shit.
My personal opinion, I think it's the best thing in Phase 4. No Way Home is the only thing that's kind of in the ring with it right now. I think No Way Home might be the only thing that's kind of competing for that top spot if I had to rank like a 1, 2, 3, 4. But Loki is way up there. It's S tier. It is a phenomenal series. The character development they do with Loki, phenomenal. Just when you think they've done everything they can do with Loki, they turn him into a good guy, and it works.
That's true.
They totally reframe everything he's done in the first 3 phases. They even confirm that the MCU main timeline is the 616. I love the introduction of He Who Remains,
AKA Kang.
Jonathan Majors, aka Kang the motherfucking Conqueror. His performance was out of this world good. Sylvie, one of my new favorite characters in the MCU, literally bar none. I loved her in the series. The way they tie in Mobius into this thing. Owen Wilson. Wow. Awesome stuff, dude. His character development was dope. The way that he became, like, he was almost like on some Scientology shit. Like, this is the way, this is what we got to do. And then he realizes it's fucked up, and then he says, he bucks the system and says, fuck you, Ravana.
Yeah.
You were lying to me this whole time.
Yeah.
And then she just doubles down, and she's like the crazy Scientologist person. She's like, hell nah, I'm staying with the aliens and these weirdos. We're going to do this thing.
That's
I love it, man. Like, every episode was top notch. All the fucking humor was hilarious. The introduction of all the variant Lokis.
I'd like to suggest we take a quick breather so I can ask several thousand questions. Tom, gotta keep moving so we don't die. I can get behind that, but what's your plan? Don't die. Okay, understood, but beyond that. Don't die.
Fucking awesome. Like the older Loki played by I forget that what's it? I forget the actor's
Is
name.
that Christopher Walken's? Is that
No,
him, right?
no. I forget his name.
I thought that's who it was.
Yeah, I forget his name, but that actor was phenomenal in there. The way that he sacrifices himself at the end.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Boastful Loki over there lying all the time about how he killed the Avengers. That was hilarious. You got Alligator Loki, who's like a fucking iconic character at this point. It's phenomenal. I love it. Where do you throw it?
I'm gonna let you take the first leap on this one.
Loki, baby.
I
Come on.
I want to know because like that's something I always wondered from you.
Woo.
What do you think of
Dark World.
You gave it a D.
What?
Is what I would say.
Damn.
Oh,
Okay. Oh hell yeah. That's
Nah, I
something
give it a good A.
A good A?
Avengers Assemble. Baby.
Okay, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
give it.
yeah.
I'm gonna say like, hell yeah, that's gonna be some mixture.
I ever since I watched Endgame, dude, and I knew they were gonna time travel. The second I saw that it was confirmed, I said, "Oh, Kang the Conqueror is gonna come in for sure."
Oh, yeah,
you did
yeah,
that.
yeah,
You
Like,
did make that
I for
prediction.
sure known Kang the Conqueror for many years, and I love that he's the one who's in charge of time. Well, not in charge, but like who fucked with time traveling, and he brings other heroes into the MCU, not MCU, my bad, into like the Marvel universe, but whatever. Back to the MCU. Yeah, the second that I found out that they introduced this Kang and Loki, dude, I loved it. And like you said, he made. I don't know the actor's name, but he did an outstanding job.
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Playing
Playing
Chef's
King?
kiss.
Playing Kang for
Yeah,
sure.
gotcha,
And he's like telling
gotcha.
Selby like, "Don't kill me. It's gonna be bad." And she still fucking stabs
Oh my
him.
god.
And then he's all like, "I'll see you soon," because
Yep.
he knows
exactly. Like he knows. He's like, "Yo,
you're gonna
I'm
get
the
bodied."
Yeah, like, you're fucking up right now. And she still does it. And Loki's like, "What the hell did you just do?" And then the ending was
The
really
Planet
great.
of the Apes cliffhanger,
Yeah,
bro.
it's so yep. Oh, I've never seen.
Oh,
Are you an analyst? Because it's from the remake of it where they turned Abe Lincoln into an ape somehow, some kind of stupid plot twist. It's a long story.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I love the way that they used it in this one where he's like, "Who are you? What's going on? What's your name?" He's like, "What the fuck? What do you mean? And the whole timeline has been reset.
Yup.
We don't even know what timeline she sent him back to.
Yeah, no. Back speaking of timelines, I really like how like it starts off in the Avengers. You know, the very first one, and
Yeah,
you see Loki
baby.
just boom taking that
Taking the Tesseract.
Tesseract, yeah, and he just takes off. Like that's pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, that's amazing right
Yep.
there.
And then the whole the chemistry between Loki and Salvi was awesome. Yeah, they kinda
Sophia DiMartino
making out with himself
dopeness.
was pretty funny.
Yeah,
Of course,
that's such an
Loki
interesting
would be in
thought.
love with himself.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah,
and
this-
it caused
yeah.
a freaking. It caused a goddamn. What's the word? It caused a. What's the word for the things when they cause an event? A Nexus event. There you
Nexus.
go.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Nexus
Them making
event.
out causes a Nexus event. And he's
I
like,
almost
I don't know
said
what happened. Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, next.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Where are you gonna throw this Loki thing, man?
That's a fake gauntlet right there. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you.
Heart attack. over
No,
here.
it's gonna be A. Like we talked about, Avengers
Yeah.
Assemble. That's
Avengers!
it's gonna be for sure an A for me because like it's like the first thing we get introduced to King because that's gonna be a huge threat. You know,
Yeah, I agree.
I love the way we were introduced to him as He Who Remains and stuff, and I thought it was great. The whole characters of Loki and Sylvie, technically the other Loki,
Yeah.
like are able to interact. They kind of have that romance there, and there's like that little and like I. Going like way back before going further, I liked like how Loki you kind of like see him like kind of like rewatch his life, and then you
Yes.
kind of see Morbius kind of like kind of showing him like what happened, like the cause of his mother's death. I thought that was like a huge thing for Loki because
Oh, yeah.
like his mother. Like she treated him like a son because
Exactly.
he was always neglected pretty much by Odin pretty much.
Exactly, yeah,
And then
exactly.
and I loved how like they showed him that scene and he started like tearing up, getting emotional and stuff like that. And he was just like, "Fuck, dude!" Like,
Yeah, watching his whole life take place before his eyes, literally.
yeah. And then and all the way up to his death, like going leaning up to Thanos, like snapping his little Adam's apple. I'm like, damn, bro, and that's just that. And then
Yeah.
that's just kind of dark.
Resurrections this time.
I really think if they would have not introduced Kang, I would have dropped it down to a B.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's pretty much the only reason I put it as an A.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fun show, but like that, obviously, from what we know now, introduced like next baddie. For
I
the
feel
next,
you,
the
bro.
next couple of years, you know. A
That's,
few
that's
years,
why it
actually.
knocks it in
huge
the
thing.
S tier for
Yeah.
me. Because before it would have just been an A, but that just knocks it into a whole nother stratosphere for me. So
Yeah.
Loki coming in right there, man. Topping off the list, y'all. So we have
Yeah.
to move a little bit quicker in here because I know you got to get going pretty soon.
Oh shit! What time is it?
It's almost 2:30. Yeah, it's almost 2:30. But let me know when we got to wrap this thing up. I'm gonna keep it
Oh, it
pushing.
is 2:30.
It is. Oh
Yeah.
shit! All right, so we're gonna have to kind of breeze through these. We're gonna leave a little time. We're gonna talk about the cool ones. I think No Way Home. We'll try to leave some time for that, and then we'll try to wrap this thing up. But we're gonna try to go a little faster here. Okay, where are we at? Okay,
Way Loki.
Shang-Chi. Oh no, What If? What If?
Oh, dude, that's
We'll go through this one kind of fast here.
what
I'm
if-
throwing that into the cauldron of the cosmos.
That's
Definitely.
That's a solid C. That's a solid
Yeah,
C
it was
for me.
fun. It
I
was fun.
thought it was cool and fun, but there was like so many of the plot shits. I'm like, dude. I'm
Yeah,
like,
certain things that kind of contradicted logic set up in the previous three phases. It
Yeah.
didn't tie into the phase 4 overall, really. While the T'Challa episode was great, while I love Thor having a party on Earth and stuff like that. The zombies, great. Can't wait to get that spin-off series, hopefully. You better give that to me, Marvel. But yeah, overall, it was just okay. It was pretty good.
I agree.
It was C
Yeah.
too.
It was just a fun show. in
Fun
my
experiment,
opinion,
you know?
I thought it was like, yeah, it's like one of those things. I'm like, I'll tune in every once in a week. I don't. It's not like a week to week. I gotta watch it, but
Yeah.
just
I'll check it out once it's dropped, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And once season 2 drops, we're going to cover it on the channel for sure. We might not do it week to week. We might just do the whole season 1. We might just do it all in one shebang.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
ain't that crazy. Ain't that crazy.
Ain't
Yeah.
that crazy, you know. We gonna cover it though. But yeah, I'm gonna throw it up in there, man. So Cauldron of the Cosmos on our end. What about you, dog?
Yeah,
You see,
pretty much
Closure,
see, yeah.
Closure of the cosmos across the board for What If. We're going to keep it pushing, y'all. We're going to keep it pushing. And I'm talking about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which was such a pleasant surprise for me.
Oh, okay.
Kind of up there as one of my favorite MCU films up there. Kind of up there. I'll probably put it in my top 15.
Top 15.
And for this, it's going to be in Avengers Assemble.
Oh, you got it.
A-tier, baby.
Yeah?
I love me some Shang-Chi.
Me too.
Fun movie, man.
Double.
I just love martial arts, you know.
Martial arts is a
exactly.
great one.
It has so much in there.
From the freaking stunt coordinator being the guy that did work with Jackie Chan. The fighting's phenomenal.
Yep.
Wenwu is one of the best villains in the MCU. Zheng Li is one of the dopest side characters. The whole entire spin-off that they potentially set up with her doing the whole nightclub, fight club was fucking great. The introduction of Wong in there,
There's freaking
fun as hell.
dragons in there.
And there's dragons
love
in it.
dragons.
Exactly.
There is a dragon.
Dragons, kung fu, dope-ass MCU tie-ins. They even had the fucking Trevor Slatery Mandarin
Oh,
guy,
that's right.
and I didn't hate him seeing him in there, and it didn't even ruin the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
So you got to give him props on that one. And like I said, just one of the best villains in a long time, and I think we're gonna get some 10 Ring tie-in with the Quantumania. That's a topic for
Yeah,
another
all
day.
I know is I'm so excited to see Shang-Chi, like, for sure in the future of the MCU.
I
Shang-Chi.
can't wait to see him become an Avenger. Kang Dynasty, can't wait to see him in there.
He's like, I'm gonna give this one like a boom. Are you looking for this? That's a solid B for me. A solid B. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. There's no project in Phase 4 that's an S tier.
What did you say?
Nothing. Nothing?
What did you say to me?
I'm sorry. Shit. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it.
Say it!
Sorry.
only A's so far.
Holy shit!
What are you talking about right now?
dude.
Stop the presses.
Yeah, dude. There's nothing to
Whoa.
S tier. S tier.
Let's move on.
I'm about to
S
put on one
tier.
of those,
You can't. That's like Infinity War, Winter Soldier. It's not in that league right now.
I'm assuming you didn't watch No Way Home then, right?
I watched it when I went. That's like
that's the only reason you're giving no S movie. Dude, okay. I'm
I've
talking about
seen it.
Endgame, dude. This story has been told since 20 years ago. Like, I don't understand what you're talking about.
for which one? For
No Way Home.
For No Way Home.
You got freaking all the Spideys up in there.
Yeah, the
20 years
Spidey's
in the
are go-
making.
Yeah, I mean it's great, but they rely too much on nostalgia for it to be good.
Not you?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
my
did.
Oh,
you
we
did.
gotta-
They did.
Hey y'all, I hate to rush through some of these
It's
other
great.
ones, but
It's an A tier. It's a good movie. It's a
Yo,
good movie.
yo, we
But
gotta,
it's not up there with like
Yo.
the S tier.
we gotta rush some of these because we gotta get into a No Way Home discussion before we end the show. We gotta do it.
If anything, we just have this discussion about No Way Home and then put it a pause and be like, part 2 coming out, because I could really talk about this for the next fucking hour.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, all right.
How are you not putting that in S tier?
You know what?
S-
You're watching some behind the scenes shit take place. We're gonna do a part 2 because we do gotta dive into that.
Like, I don't
We're gonna do a part 2.
understand.
We're gonna do a part 2 for sure.
Dude.
Yeah, let's.
It has so
yeah.
many great
There's great villains, yeah,
the
don't get me
story is
wrong.
great. I literally cried when Aunt May passed away.
Don't get me wrong, that
that's
was a
freaking
huge thing.
Like, it's literally pulling on my heartstrings. And
Yeah.
oh my god. Oh my god.
But
yeah,
the-
guys. So, caveat, real quick. I'm gonna be having to retitle this thing. This is gonna be part 1, part 2 series.
I love Miguel's
might even throw in a
reaction.
new
I
outro.
am so
You're acting
heated.
like I got into a D tier. I'm saying it's like A.
Oh man! Don't even say anything further about that, yo. We're gonna keep that No Way Home for another day. We're gonna.
Ooh, I love it.
All
I love getting
we're-
Miguel riled up.
We're gonna do the rest of 2021,
okay.
and then we're gonna do
That's fine.
2022 for part 2. All right. So sorry about that, guys, but we gotta get our board. It was 9 to 5. We gotta make sure we're wrapping this thing up. So let's get through this shit, bro. But yeah,
Okay.
let's do this shit. But I can't wait to talk about that.
Okay.
I cannot wait to talk about it. But here's another big controversial one. So we got Shang-Chi on A tier for me, and then we got it for
I got
A
I
tier
also-
as well.
yeah.
Avengers Assemble, and then we got Shang-Chi at a
For-
B from my
Boom.
boy Skips over here. Boom, are you looking for this? He was looking for No Way Home at S tier, and we didn't find it.
You're looking. You're like looking for
We
it.
didn't
I'm
find it.
telling
We were
you.
looking on the scoreboard like, the fuck? Hey. But anyways, moving into the most controversial movie of Phase 4. Not the most controversial project. That's going to be in part 2. And it's something about a green lady. You know what I'm talking about. But this one is about a lot of aliens, a lot of celestials. I'm talking about Eternals.
Oh,
Okay.
Eternal.
The
That's
second-
like Green Lady. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. The second to last movie. And we're going to leave it off with Eternals and Hawkeye before we end off part 1. But first off,
Okay, that's
Eternals. Where are you going to throw it, guys? I want to hear from y'all first on this one.
I give it a
Solid
B.
Oh, you're giving it a B.
Yeah, boom.
Okay.
Oh, boom! Are you looking for this?
What did you like about it?
Eternals on that, huh?
I like a whole introduction of a whole new team, the
Gotcha.
Eternals. Like,
as well,
I
me
really
as
like
well.
like the cosmic side of
MCU,
of not even MCU, of just Marvel.
Marvel.
There's so
Yeah.
many, dude. Like they haven't even scratched the surface. They're freaking like
Yep.
this bad guy named Annihilator or whatever.
Annihilus.
Yeah, he could Annihilus. He could freaking breathe in space. You got
Galactus is the
Silver,
obvious.
Silver. Yeah, there you go. Silver Surfer. That's another character I truly love since I was a
Fuck yeah.
kid. Like
yeah.
I want to see more of him. But
Yeah.
I'm really like happy they're touching more into the cosmic side, and that's I think a good step.
For like something like in the like later rounds and like
exactly.
the later
They
games.
literally
for it.
introduced Star Fox at the end of that movie. That's freaking dope. And Pip the Troll, which is another character that I didn't even think they were gonna introduce in the MCU anytime soon. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Harry Styles, bro.
Yeah, there you
Harry
go.
Styles.
Come on.
Yeah, he.
Give it up.
It was surprising. Well, like I heard already about him going in there, but seeing him in the costume, I'm like, God
Hey,
damn.
and you better give it up for these two ladies. I'm talking about Santanico Pandemonium, Salma Hayek, dude.
Oh,
yeah,
those
Salma
two.
Hayek,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get more into that in a second before we wrap this up.
Yeah, but, yeah,
Angelina Jolie,
Oh yeah.
dopeness.
I like but they still have a lot of story to say. Well, I don't know if they have a lot of story, but at least they're still alive to tell a bunch of more of the cosmic side of the story for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think for me with that, it's like what me and Kenny talked about. I wish it was a little bit more of episodic of like a TV series instead of
Yeah.
a movie, because
I can see that.
I wanted
agree.
a lot more of fleshed out character development.
That's true,
yeah,
with
there's
each
so much
with
part
each
of
people in the
problem
team.
as well.
Like-
I like them, but I want more of a lot of those characters.
Because Guardians was just like 4 or 5 people, you know. This one has like what 7, 8.
It was a
you know?
bunch of
yeah,
them,
so
dude.
it's like I totally understand, but it
Yeah.
could be a better show than a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But like I just like the cosmic
The cosmic
side of it,
stuff,
uh-huh.
you know, I feel you on that. I think for me, I can't wait till we get more into the cosmic side
too.
of the Marvel stuff. I'm kind of known for the areas about it because I like a lot more of the street level heroes and stuff. But I always like that whole idea of like the cosmic level threats and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then we get introduced like so many heroes like Black Knight. I mean, Black
Oh,
Knight's gonna
that's
be
right.
Yeah.
he's gonna be in
See,
about
you almost
that.
forgot about him, huh?
yeah, like he's gonna be interesting, and I loved how we get introduced another character, which is Blade, at the end of it. If you just hear,
That's not confirmed though.
it is confirmed though.
Yeah, it is.
It is confirmed. It is
They said it was
confirmed.
Mahershala
Until I
Ali's
see it
voice.
with my eyes. Like the MCU fucking loves to give us swerves, and that's gonna be one of them. Watch.
Yeah,
The whole
I
time.
don't know, dude. I mean, like the actor did kind of confirm. He's like,
It was Ghostface with the voice changer.
what, back in like the 2000s with that, the blood squirting in his face if you were hitting the button.
Yeah, let's go. But yeah, man.
What about you? What'd you give it, Kenny?
Cauldron of the Cosmos.
Oh, okay.
I like this movie, man, but they fucked up in these few major ways. One, you didn't give Salma Hayek's character enough time to shine, and I think you wasted her in general. I did not like that, her being the leader of the team. You didn't flesh her out enough at all. And her being this character that you take out before we even get introduced to her fully and get time to spend with the character, I thought was a dumbass idea. B, the whole entire twist with Icarus being bad the whole time, I thought that was also kind of weak sauce as well. I hated the way they kind of wasted a lot of the characters and didn't really flesh them out in a sense. Or not hated, but I didn't really like that. And I thought that the whole thing with the Celestial bursting out of the Earth at the end has not been addressed at all in Phase 4, and that has driven me crazy in retrospect.
It kind of has though. I mean, we were talking about She-Hulk. We kind of
All
got
right,
that
dude,
news
it was
article.
on the fucking, it was in like the related video section, all right?
I agree with that too. Yeah.
Like, come on,
It wasn't the main
man.
topic. Like, yo, what the fuck is this head coming out of Earth
No
right
one's
now?
mentioned this shit once.
Yeah, that's kind of like
What?
that's Nick Fury's kind of level right there. I think he would be
Nick
the
Fury's
one
on
sending.
sword in space, like, holy shit.
I'm pretty sure you can see it from space.
Yeah. Had to put his glasses on and shit, like, what?
Fucking yeah, dude. That's totally true.
What the fuck
That's
these
totally
motherfuckers
true.
doing down there? What happened? Like, come on, man. And like I said, it would have just worked better as a series. I think it just, I don't know, man. Like the storyline just didn't hit for me like that, man. Like I like the introduction of all these characters. I like all these actors. I thought they all had great chemistry. The action was pretty cool. But I thought that the whole deviant characters, the CGI was not great. So it kind of took me out of it a little bit. They weren't really compelling or interesting or intimidating, so that was kind of lame. And
Yeah.
then when the Celestial popped up, that wasn't even as cool as I thought it was going to be. Now, the very end of the movie, not that the other parts of the movie are bad all the way through, I really like most of the movie, but the end of the movie was so fucking cool with that cliffhanger, like, boom, motherfuckers, I'm
Yeah,
here,
like he
and
just
I'm
takes
taking
them.
you bitches with me. It's like, oh shit, where are they going? How's that going to tie into
And
all
that was
this
just
stuff?
half of them because the other half are still
Are off in space
Yeah.
looking for some other shit, and then they're getting taken off, so now they got to go get them. So I do want an Eternals follow-up. I just want that in a mini-series format or tie it into the Kang Dynasty Secret Wars of it all, so you have some time to flesh that out. But I like the Eternals, but the movie to me was just a little bit of a swing and a miss. Not bad, Not terrible, but just a little bit mediocre and a little bit disappointing.
Right. Yeah. I feel it's the same thing. I mean, the pacing of the movie, I was kind of like, it was always in and out for me.
Yeah,
majority of
the
it.
pacing's not the best either. So
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
throw it in the cauldron of the cosmos. So that's where it's gonna go, man. That's where it's gonna go. But now it's
Ooh.
time to wrap this thing up with our last one for the day, and I'm talking about Hawkeye. Much love to Jeremy Renner as well. Hope you're doing good out
yeah.
there, brother.
Ooh, okay.
That's
recovery for
unfortunate
sure.
news.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be putting Hawkeye in boom. You're looking for this in the B tier. It's a
tier.
fun series,
I
man.
agree.
Love the introduction of Kate Bishop. Love the introduction of Kingpin. They kind of fucked up a little bit in the fight scenes with the toy store. That's the only thing. I thought they kind of
Kingpin? Oh,
messed up a
yeah.
little bit with Kingpin, but I like him getting introduced into the MCU finally. Echo, she's awesome. And yeah, but I thought the villain stuff with the mom was a little weak sauce. I thought Kingpin, they kind of did him dirty a little bit.
Yeah, he
There's
would
no
never-
way Kingpin should have been fighting Kate Bishop in a toy store. He
No
would not
fucking
be
way.
on the streets until it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah, I agree.
He'll be
So-
sending Bullseye just to kill her.
Exactly. So I thought they kind of missed the boat
I
a little
also-
bit on that.
I also give it a B. Boom. Are you
Boom.
looking for this?
Oh,
I did
okay.
Kate Bishop as a character.
I
she
love
needs
her,
a
though.
lot of character development because my thing. If you guys watched a previous show on the review on that, on that
Yeah,
back in the
tune in,
day,
y'all. We'll throw the playlist up.
I my biggest complaint is she was a brat, dude, and she's not a little girl. She's in college. Like she should understand what she's doing is not right. She should be fucking listening to Hawkeye. He's the expert right here.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
hey, don't do this. Okay, I'm gonna do it.
It should be-
Hey, stay right here. Okay, I'm gonna dip. Like, oh my god. So like that really grinded my gears for the point that she's not a little girl. You know, if she was freaking like the age of Wanda's kids,
Yeah, I get what
fine,
you're
I
saying.
understand. Even his own daughter is like younger, not even in college.
Even
you know?
Cassie's kind of younger than
Yeah,
that.
you know, be like,
Ant-Man,
okay,
yeah.
fine. Like she's a kid, but dude, this chick is like a rich
21,
going
22.
to like a really high end college. It should be like, okay, I should be thinking about this. I shouldn't be doing this. And
Yeah.
boom, you know, she fucks up.
Yeah, she does like and I think it was first ever she did that. I think I would be like, boom, boom, you looking for this? Because
Yeah.
like the thing is like for me, it kind of bugged me with like Kingpin because like the difference between them, like right off the bat, it's just different because like Kingpin or like stepping away from the TV show, he wouldn't go out there just abruptly just be like, oh, I'm here to fuck you up.
Yeah,
like and
exactly.
realistically, like.
He's like a politician in a way because he's always staying in the back of a seat and be like, yeah, you go over there, I'm gonna send this guy against you because I have to have a good image, you know?
Yeah, and that's like the huge thing. I was like, dude, it's kind of so out of character. And I get like they wanted to set up the whole thing with Echo of him getting shot, but they could have done it in a better way as when it comes to like the ending of it. And then also with the mother being in the same car with him, bro, there's like a clip in Netflix that he legit takes somebody's head off with the damn car door and then just like snapping it in.
That's true,
I'm
yeah.
like, you're telling me this guy can't just grab her like that?
And
I mean,
smush her head into the floor, man.
yeah, I mean, I like that he's looking fly as fuck. I mean, rolling up with his like his
Yeah,
Hawaiian
Hawaiian
t-shirts,
shirt, baby.
and, yeah, then like rocking
Yeah.
the suits and all that, rocking the
Classic
white.
Kingpin.
That's funny.
But other than that, I'm just like, there was some things with Kate Bishop as well. I was like, it's the same thing that kind of like rolled with you with your criticisms before, but it's just more like we got to see a little bit more from her.
Yeah,
because
that's why
like she's cool for now. I mean, Hawkeye, you know, he's the OG. You know, he's starting to become deaf. I love how they address that.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
I love
really
how
good.
they-
yeah.
That's really good. I agree.
Yeah, like he actually has to like use like some type of hearing aid, and then he kind of
He
has
be
to use.
turning it off, trying to ignore her ass.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
He's like, wait, what's going on? And then like, I love how it does that because like he's a regular human, bro. Like he's up against so much like
Yeah.
loud explosion
Uh-huh.
shits, and it makes sense. And then like, it's cool that you can get to see the hearing aid. He might learn ASL later on down the line. Maybe that's how he'll
Oh,
learn.
wait.
He'll introduce Echo.
I gotta move this up to S tier because I can do this all day.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Rogers, baby. Nah,
the music.
God,
last
dude.
yeah, best
there
part
was
of the show.
that, and I love. It's funny too because like they
Best
showed.
post credit of all time.
Pizza Dog. I like that dog so
Oh,
much.
yeah, Pizza
Oh,
the
Pizza
Dog.
Dog. Oh yeah, dude.
Pizza the dog.
like a companion.
Oh, don't forget about the funniest things in Phase 4.
What?
Are you trying to come at me, bro?
Oh,
Tracksuit
the
Mafia,
tracksuit
bro.
dudes.
Tracksuit Mafia,
They
bro.
coming and making their debut
Yeah,
officially.
It's a fun show for sure. I'm not gonna hit on it. The only complaint that just turns into a B is Kate Bishop for
Kate
sure.
Bishop.
I just don't.
I feel you on that.
don't
I did get on my
like
nerves
it so
sometimes
much. Just
too.
because her age is dude, you're not a little girl.
Yeah, love the actress and great casting.
I agree.
But she gets on my nerves sometimes
That's why
too.
she just needs some character development, and I understand that she will. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure,
totally
man.
understandable.
But that's gonna be it for today, guys. This is gonna be our MCU Phase 4 tier ranking part 1.
can't wait
we
for
had to
part
kind of
two.
switch up our plans a little bit. Ran out of time today, but we're going to be starting off with Spider-Man No Way
Yeah, that's a
Home,
good
ending out
start.
2021, going through the rest of Phase 4 on Part 2. You should be getting that roughly a week after you get this one.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep you guys posted on that. We're going to let you know when we're dropping that. But it's been a fun-ass show, guys. We love talking about all this MCU goodness. Keep your eyes peeled for Part 2 of the Phase 4 ranking. And right after that, we're going to be getting into Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. We're going to be getting into more of that Last of Us, all that good flavor. So make sure you're staying subscribed down there. Click the buttons below the video. It really does help the show out immensely. And if you listen to this on the podcast feed, thanks for clicking download. We're almost at 1,000 downloads, y'all. So
Heck
the
yeah.
show's growing every single day. And that's thanks to you beautiful souls all across the internet and the world. So thank you so much for checking this out. And until next time, guys, stay safe out there. Any parting words before we close out the show, y'all?
As always, from my end, always stay mentally and physically strong, and have a great upcoming days for everybody, man.
Peace out, y'all. Much love.